In this week's enthralling episode, Digwell lifts his shallots and pickles them. Alright guys, guess who's been watching Flash Gordon? Anyway, another plot to plates type video, but this time it is following the whole life of a shallot really. Here I am back on, 19th of November last year. Just plonking the shallots on top of the compost in the Buster Seed modules. I'll put the cards at the top right there just to link back to the old videos. And I'll shut up for now and let the man on the screen do the talking. These aren't going deep. They're sat on top to get the roots going. I'm doing this left-handed, a bit awkward, but so you can see what I'm doing. There we are. Okay then, so back in, when was it now? Yeah, November last year. And here they are being planted out on the 7th of March this year. Just before lockdown really. And I put shallots in and there they are now, all grown up. And as you can see, it's so easy. Lift the individual modules out of the tray. And pop the shallots out. And a lovely healthy root system. These hatives are pickling size. So they'll end up about 30 millimeters diameter or less. I usually enter those in a show, I think it's 9 to a tray, 9 to a plate. So here we are, bang up to date, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Right in the middle of all those horrendous winds. I had 2 wind muffs on my microphone and it was still coming through, so I'll let you hear a bit. Okay, that'll do. I'll just let it play away in the background. What you'd normally do with shallots and onions and anything like that, lift them with a fork. But I did a test lift on the first one because I'm in compost. I got very, very soft compost. So I've just give them a little twist and pull them up. Any resistance, I would have used a fork, you know. The first bed you just saw me lift had the larger shallots in, which would have been for shows. Don't go there. This bed was planted specifically for the pickling size ones, because I do like a good pickled shallot. I get quite a good harvest actually. I was well chuffed. Lots of weeds. Couldn't see any point in weeding when I was going to be lifting the shallots, you know what I mean? And there we are. Like I say, a good haul. Happy with that. Right, back home now, still windy. Look at those cobra beans top right there wafting away. And I tell you what, I'm in a back garden, a small back garden, surrounded by 5 and 6 foot solid fences. Anyway, I tell you what, those IKEA bags are great. You can have to get a lot of gear in them. So what I'm doing here, I'm just going to grade them, if you know what I mean. Just going to check them all first for white rot, and luckily not a single one had any white rot. I chuffed to bits with that. I'm just going to go through them all really. Little tiddly ones, and what I'm looking for is some decent round ones just to save for photographing for the virtual show, which should be, or is, sorry, middle of August, end of August. I've just laid them out in the little hexagonal greenhouse thingy. They would be staying there and drying properly if I was going to keep them. But they're going to go to be pickled, so they will be processed the next day. And here's the next day. So all I'm doing really is having a quick second inspection of them just to make sure they're okay. And then top and tailing them and peeling them. And I've got a funny feeling that Digwell Spills the Beans will be telling you another way of peeling them. And that is just before the outtakes, which I was regretting for a good half an hour after. Oh dear. Well, that's all the shallots prepared now. They've been rinsed and drained, and the next step is to salt them. So what I'm doing is I'm patting them dry, because there's no point wasting your salt on the surface water on the shallots. Right, the idea of salting is to draw the excess moisture out of the shallot itself. There's a couple of 3 ways of doing this. You could do it like I am, where I'm just pouring loads of salt over the top. I don't know what it is, 25 grams. Doesn't matter, it's going to get washed off later. Or you could do exactly the same in a colander over a bowl. The trouble with that is the water takes the salt with it, so you end up with less effect. Or you could do it in a brine solution. Now the only problem in a brine solution is it makes the shallots a little bit less crispy. And all we do now is just leave it overnight, or 24 hours or whatever. No point leaving it any longer because it's a case of diminishing returns. The longer you leave it doesn't mean you'll get more moisture out. Okay, then while the shallots are salting overnight, I'm going to prepare the liquor. So we got some malabathrum leaves, malabathrum leaves, bay leaves with cinnamon flavour, some curry leaves, a chilli, dried chilli, 80 gram of sugar, and about, oh crikey, you must think now, how many, yeah, about a pint, 450 ml, 500 ml. Will do. Buy some more, how much left? I'll change the camera angle in a minute. First I'm going to chop this up. I'll tell you what sort of chilli it is in a minute. I've forgotten. Ooh. Half a dozen curry leaves. You can put whatever you want in, obviously. A couple of bay leaves. Big ones these, look. Why not? And the sugar. And I'll get rid of this and get rid of that. Okay, that was a pasilla chili. Pasilla. Sweet raisin flavoured chili. Not too hot, only one. Right, let's bring you over here. The idea of this is to let the flavours infuse into the vinegar overnight. Get the sugar dissolved, get it boiling and turn it off. Find somewhere to put it. Oh, crikey! Talk about acidic fumes. Right, that's boiling away merrily. Right, turn it off. I shall leave that and use that tomorrow. Jeez, that's hot. I'm right at my nose, on. Well, do I taste it tomorrow? If it's not quite chilly enough, hot enough, I'll put a few more different chilies in. That blooming wind's up again. Right guys, it's been about 20 hours with the salting of the shallots, and you can see how much water's come out. So that would have been in the jars. Look. So what I'm going to do, I'll whip these indoors, strain them and drain them and wash them, get the salt off, pat them dry, and I'll come back out with you. Right, on the easy bit now, the jarring up. They've all been dishwashed, and what I do, I put a drop of water in the bottom, stick them in the oven, 105, 115 degrees Celsius, so the water boils and just sterilises them, and that's with everything. Okay. So now I'm not sure if we've got enough jars here, but what do I do? Shake them around a bit. Lovely. Right then. I've got to pour this in now. Put the mix back in the jar last night because it was stinking the house out. I didn't want to leave it in the shed because you never know what'll happen. Don't need that really. Yeah, that's just about hot enough. Don't want it too hot because it'll make it, it's alright for me, but things like grandkids won't eat it, will they? Cool. Here we go, 2 jars of Shallots. And these should be ready in about 4 to 6 weeks. I'll probably taste one now and again just to make sure they're maturing nicely, you know. Right then, you've just seen me peel about 100 shallots. They were fresh and all I did with those was score them with a knife and they just peeled off. Normally you'd get a shallot more like this, papery skin on it, blooming pain in the backside trying to get it all off. So what you do with these, drop them in a pan of boiling water, 2 to 3 minutes, bit longer maybe. If you go too much longer you'll start cooking them, you need to chuck them in cold water straight away. But what happens then is the skins, the papery skins, they rehydrate and you can just peel them off. They come off so easy. But it works for me. I hope it works for you, alright. Right guys, we're looking for some jars to sterilise, ready for tomorrow's bottling of the shallots, and I just found this. So I had a quick look through my records. I haven't done any pickled shallots or pickled onions since 2018, so it's 2 years old. So I'll put the camera on the tripod and I should be trying one. And looking at those red peppers in there, I'd say it was one of my warmer mixes. Remember I did one a couple of years back called Satan's Shallots. Don't think it's that one though, but we'll have a go. Right, let's give it a go. Smells alright. Just in case. Try here. Don't want a whole one. Still crunchy. Yeah, perhaps that was Satan's Shallot. Oh, it's hot. God, sorry guys. Bloody hell. I'll save that for later. I'll save you lot for work.